give it unto him which hath 10 talents.
That's right. So that other brother's going to receive whatever he had, and he's going to be increased. Another brother, or another brother will take your spot. I mean that you're out, but another brother's going to come up in your stead. Just like Judas Iscariot. Judas Iscariot, what happened? He hung himself. He perished, but another brother took his stead. Going to the book of Acts chapter 1. They cast a lot. They chose a brother that made up the rest of the 12. Because Judas Iscariot, he knew the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but he didn't do what the Most High said. He still carried the world in his heart. He wasn't fully persuaded, meaning that he didn't have faith, man. All right, is that it on that?
That's it.
All right, let me bring this one out. This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 46. The Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him in asunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. All right, so the Lord is going to come back when you're not expecting it. That's why we always we don't stress it. We keep stressing and stressing to the Akim to keep doing the work. Do the work. Stay busy in the body of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Be preoccupied in prophecy. Teach, admonish, fast, prayer. Because that's you not being found naked. That's you working. And when the Lord comes back, you don't want to be found idle. You don't want to be found naked. You want to be found being busy in the body of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Because that great destruction is coming, man. As I was trying to get, what I'm trying to get to, which the Spirit will allow it, you know. But it said, and that servant which knew his Lord's will, and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. So you're going to be beaten with many stripes. It's going to be far worse for you than it is for the average 2/3, man. Because you knew the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. He told you what you had to do to escape the torments and the things of that nature that are coming to this place, man. But now you're going to have to deal with it by his hand. And you're going to know it's by him. And you're going to know because you went off. Because you forsook Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required. So each of us brothers that are given this thing, you got to put your best foot forward as if this is everything that you depend on, man. This ain't no light thing. Because the Most High knows your heart. He said he tries the reins of men. A rein is what you put around a bit in a horse's mouth, and you're guiding it with that rein, with those leather straps. That's how the Most High is. That's how we know we don't have free will, because the Most High determines and governs us by those reins. He tries us by our reins, man. It says, and to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask for more. See? So it's very important that you put your best foot forward and you give it your all to the best of your ability, man. Presenting your body a living sacrifice. Coming out here and condemning this place, man. That America's about to be destroyed by the third woe that's spoken of in the book of Revelations. All right?
That's right.
Go ahead.
Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. This is Revelations chapter 18, verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire.
That's right. In 1 hour it's going to take to destroy this place, man. 1 hour. All right? By way of fire, man. The ICBM missiles. Once those things hit, they're going to destroy, man. And not only that, the Most High is going to be coming, simultaneously he's going to be coming, cracking them clouds, delivering the elect, and shooting laser beams down this place, man. And that's what people got look for. That's what y'all got to be looking forward to, man. Go ahead.
For strong is Yahweh Shem Yahushai, who judged her.
That's right, because Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus or God, is coming to judge America from stealing the land from the Native American Indians, the indigenous people of this land, going all the way to Brazil, South America, all the way up to Canada, Alaska, to Hawaii. All right? It's the Most High. What? That said what again?
For strong is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai who judged her.
That's right. For he's strong that judges her, man. He's going to make all this happen. That's when you're going to know the complete power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man, at that time. Then you're going to know that it was Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that done it, man. All right? Go ahead.
And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
That's right. Because that's what's going to happen, man. By way of the missiles, man. They're going to be wailing for her, crying for her, hurting. All right? And before the brother continue, I want to jump off right here with Sirach 36:1. Have mercy upon us, O Lord Yahweh of all, and behold us. Talking about the elect. And send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee. And what is that fear that we're telling you about, man? That fire, man. That second death. You should be afraid of that. The scriptures say, knowing the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. Because the fear of the Lord is beginning of knowledge and a man learning in the mindset of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You ain't learning nothing out here until you learn the fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. But a lot of people, it's going to be too late. Because at that moment, when you fear him, it's going to be by death. How does it say in the book of Sirach or 2nd Esdras 9? They shall know it, death by pain. It's going to be too late at that moment. All right? It said, lift up thy hand against the strange nations and let them see thy power. You see? Because it said, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is strong who judgeth her. Ain't nobody going to stop Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. You ain't going to stop a missile from coming down about to destroy Midland. You ain't going to do it. Nobody. Not even Esau's missile defense system that he has set up. Russia has missiles that can surpass that, man. That can't be detected or deactivated or whatever it is that they try to do. They counterattack. You know? Before I go any further, let's bring out another one that just came to my mind. I'll have you bring it out. In the book of Wisdom of Solomon. The Apocrypha. It's going to be right before Sirach. Wisdom of Solomon. Go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 12. You know? And that's what a lot of people think, man. There's people actually, they're atheists, they don't believe, they have the spirit of incredulity on them. And they actually think that this Bible ain't real. They don't think anything's ever going to happen. They think that America's going to keep triumphing, that they're going to keep getting these victories and winning over these other nations. Sooner or later, the Most High is going to put it in there to retaliate, man. It just to a certain, it's like a bully fucking with somebody in school. He's fucking with them, messing with them. You know, it could be the whole year. And it just, at the end of the year, when school's about to be let out, he's had enough, and he's letting everybody know, hey, I'm about to whoop this motherfucker's ass. And everybody catches a word, and they all just ready. They all flock, and he does exactly what he said he's gonna do. That's how Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is, because you keep poking him at his eye, man. The apple of his eye, fucking with his people, because like messing with his people is like messing with him, man. All right, go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon
12 and 12.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 12. For who shall say, what hast thou done?
Right. Who shall say, what hast thou done? Because the scriptures don't lie. The scriptures is the spirit of prophecy, which is contained in the Bible, which is known as Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It said that he comes written in the volume of a book. Go ahead.
Or who shall withstand thy judgment?
Who's going to withstand the judgment of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, which is a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. Now you fake Jews, man. You Edomites, so-called white people. Go ahead.
Or who shall accuse thee for the nations that perish?
That's right. Or who's going to accuse the Most High for destroying these nations? Who's going to take the Most High to court? File charges against Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Go ahead.
Whom hast thou made Or who shall come to stand against thee to be revenged for the unrighteous men?
And that's Esau. Esau's the one that's going to try to avenge himself, because Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is always steadily killing his ass, man. Knocking him down. And he knows that the earth is against him. He knows everything in this world is set up against him, but he keeps trying to fight against it with this technology. You know what I'm saying? So that's that man that's going to try to fight against, because it's spoken of in Revelations. He's going to try to fight against the Most High. You read 2 Esdras 13, it tells you the same thing. But these nations are going to mourn when he comes, man, because they ain't going to have the power to fight against him. They're going to try. Most of us going to let him. You know, I'm going to get this little peon a little chance. I'm going to let him throw a few blows, but I'm going to smash him at the end. That's how the Most High is going to toy and play with you, man. Go ahead.
For neither is there any God but thou that carest for all.
That's right. For neither is there any God. There ain't no other God in a different part of the galaxy that's waiting to destroy Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Satan's not up there fighting against Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai like you stupid ass church Christians out there in these churches believing that Satan's whipping his ass. And you got these New Agers, these what do they call them? Heavy metalists, like they're into Satanist type rock. That forget what they call it. Death metal. They worship Satan, man, and they think that Satan's gonna triumph over Jesus. They just say that word. You know, I'm speaking as far as like the Christian doctrine, that you got these Satanists that actually believe that Satan is gonna win over Jesus, man. He's winning right now, and they say it because you can see. Look how everything is right now. It's going according to our plan. That's how they think, their mindset. Now, realizing that the scriptures say, before a fall cometh pride, man. They're about to fall hard, man. Okay? But it said there's no other God that's going to stand up against him. There ain't no other God. We're not in no comic fucking, what do they call those? Comic books and these movies that they're coming out, and these different deities, entities are coming and they're clashing and they're saying who has more power. No, man. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai rules and governs all. The only one stupid enough that's going to try to fight against him is Esau. He's going to try to fight against Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And look right here. Look at all these vultures, man. These buzzards. They're getting ready, man. They're getting ready to eat you people up, y'all dead bodies here in America, man. And over there in Sonata, there's a bunch too, man. And they're all gathered in the city. They ain't out there in the wilderness no more. They're out here in the city, waiting. Just like we're waiting, these animals, these birds, the fowls of heaven are waiting too as well, man. They're going to be taking part in that great feast. You rich men are going to be bird food, man. Be plucking your eyeballs out, you know, eating your insides. A lion's going to come and just rip your fucking torso apart. You know? There ain't nobody can stand up and threaten Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Is there more on it?
To whom thou mightest show that thy judgment is not up unright.
Yeah, who's going to tell the Lord, hey, you ain't judging us right, man? Even though you have it, because you have your mockers and your scoffers. 2/3 of our people talk shit like that. If the Lord was real, if the Lord loved everybody, why is the world the way it is? Why did my so-and-so die? It's like in the movie Boys in the Hood with Ice Cube when they're chilling in the Apollo, when they're out there on the strip. He said that, well, if God loved everybody, why is everybody getting shot up in the hood? You know, dying. You know? That's 2/3 of our people, man. They have that mentality, like these heathens, man. They don't fear Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Is there more on it? Okay. So going back to Sirach 36 and 4, it says, as thou wast sanctified in us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us. Meaning that he's going to magnify himself. He's going to show him that he's the true power of old, known as Al Shaddai. All right, that demon-like power, God Almighty, whatever you want to call it. That's where he's going to come back as a man of war. The Ancient of Days is coming back, man. Hold that and get Daniel 7 and 9. Hold those, whatever you have, and get Daniel 7 and 9. It says, and let them know thee as we have known thee, that there is no God but only thou, O Yahweh. You see? But it's only going to take the faith, the ones that are were born with faith from the womb are going to believe that. Everybody else is going to deny it. Even if they say, oh, I believe in Jesus Christ, but that's a whole different deity. That's a whole different God. That's not the God of the Bible. It says, show new signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works. And what is the wondrous works that we're waiting for? Is the ICBM missiles to come back, because that's when we know that the deliverance is going to happen. Simultaneously, that deliverance is going to happen when those missiles hit. In a twinkling of an eye, man. Because the scriptures say this, the righteous shall scarcely be saved. Okay? So that's what we're waiting for. That's what we're praying for. That's what we're prophesying for. While you other motherfuckers still wishing for the world and money and cars and the biggest house, or whatever it is that you're striving for, man. That's carnal. That's going to lead you to death. All right? It says, raise up indignation. The word indignation means righteous judgment. So that's what we're praying for. That's what Ezra is praying for. Raise up indignation and pour out wrath. Take away the adversary and destroy the enemy. And that's what we're praying for too. That's what we prophesy for. And that's what we pray for when we're in our own closets, in our own homes, in our privacy. But we're just making known the words to you, man. We're letting you know what's coming. We're letting you know what the prophets of old always said. All right? It says, make the time short, remember the covenant, and let them declare thy wonderful works. Let them that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire. Because you're going to have Edomites, you're going to have the rich men of the world. They're going to hide in the heavens. They're going to hide in the earth. They're going to hide in the bottom of the sea. In the mountains. They're already doing it. They're already building their underground bunkers and things of that nature, man. They got food down there. They got a big vault over there, and I think it's in either the North or South Pole. They have a big ass vault that's built into a damn ice capsule or an ice mountain, whatever you want to call it, where they have every single seed that you could think of that's on the earth is in that vault. Yeah. Because they know something's coming. All right, they're getting ready, but we know through the scriptures that they're going to be found out and they're going to be destroyed. The only ones that are going to be saved is the elect, and that's going to be through the sealing of the Holy Spirit, to the Spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's it. That's why you got guys in different camps talking about they have to be militant, they have to train, they have to be badass shooters, this, that, and the third. No, man, nowhere in the scriptures does it say that. King David said the Lord taught his hands how to war, man. That out of nowhere, he just started whipping ass. Watch the movie Book of Eli. He was just walking there shooting bullets out and bouncing off of him. Nothing. That's the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And watch when he in the fighting scene of Book of Eli, he was slaughtering all those motherfuckers by himself like Bruce Lee. Cutting motherfuckers, making heads roll. How much more the elect? But that takes faith, man. It says, let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire, and let them perish that oppress the people. And who's oppressing the people? It's Edomites, man. The so-called white man, that is, according to the Bible, he's known as an Edomite, Esau, that is oppressing the earth, the animals. Smite and sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen that say there is none other but we. You see? Now I realize that they're about to face their maker, man. And right now they're getting a little glimpse of it. Not to its full extent yet, because right now we're fishers of men. But Lord willing, if you're the elect, you're going to be turned into a hunter, man. And a hunter, what does a hunter do? Kills. He seeks his prey and he slaughters it. All right? Go ahead. Daniel 7.
This is Daniel chapter 7 verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down and the Ancient of Days did sit.
All the thrones were cast down. That's talking about these other nations that tried to rule at one time. They thought they were high and mighty. All right? They were full of pomp, pride. But the Most High cast them all down. Go ahead. The Ancient of Days.
Whose garment was white as snow.
That's talking about the Ancient of Days, which is Yahweh. And his hair was white as snow. Go ahead.
And the hair of his head like the pure wool.
Mm-hmm.
His throne was like a fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire.
Talking about his chariot, man. Go ahead.
A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him.
Yep. Talking about the angels. Go ahead.
The judgment was set, and the books were opened.
The judgment was set and the books were open. As I said, the Most High got Esau bound. He's only going to go so far. He has a seal upon him. All right? But once the Most High, that time dial, that time clock reaches its point, that 12 o'clock mark, that's it, man. It's game time for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. All hell is going to break loose out here, man. The purge, that purge that everybody's excited to see on the video, on the movie theater, that shit's going to come, man. Just wait. Then you're going to know a prophet had been among you when we're telling you, whether you're out here hearing or you're hearing over the video camera, or over the internet. The judgment is set. And who did we read in Revelations 18? That they said Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, Yahweh or Yahushai is strong, who judgeth her. Who's going to judge who? America, man, because America's that superpower. Nobody thinks that she can be touched. Go ahead.
I beheld then, because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake, I beheld even till the beast was slain.
Yeah, that's talking about in that time when Daniel was there, he saw the vision of Rome, the Roman Empire, which was that beast that had iron teeth and those iron claws. When you read about the 4 beasts, all right, that the last beast is the Roman Empire. But now we're coming into that 8th beast, all right, which is spoken of in the book of Revelations, which is Rome all over again. This is Rome all over again, man. All right, go ahead. And that little horn is like the whole the system, man. The government, the way they're everything they push out, everything that they do is against Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. The whole vibration speaks out against Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. All right. But like during the time of the Maccabees, you had Antiochus Epiphanes, and the book of Daniel it speaks about Antiochus Epiphanes knowing dark sentences and coming in with a policy and promising peace, but within his heart was war, man. That's what he did to the brothers of the Maccabees in 1st and 2nd Maccabees. That's who that horn is, America, man. Go ahead.
I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed and given to the burning flame.
And talking about America, man. America and its whole system, man. All right, it's democracy. It's all gonna be put away. It's going to be done away by fire, man.
As concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and time.
That's right, because they came into an allegiance with this modern day Rome here in our time. Because all these other nations, they still exist, but they're not in their power as they once were. So now they come together and they build the NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or the EU, the European Union, or whatever other committee they got out there that they name after themselves after, man. All right? They're going to rule for a season. They're going to rule with the beast for a season, America. They're going to agree with Donald Trump because right now he's the modern day Pharaoh right now. He's the modern day king right now. All right? Then they're going to set up a new one. You know? Go ahead.
I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given to him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed.
That's right. That's talking about Yahweh Shai, Yahweh's son. He's going to inherit everything, man. Okay? All nations and kingdoms, everybody's going to be under his foot. And the only ones that are going to be on his side, on the right and left hand side of him, are the elect. Everybody else is going to be under him. Okay? When you got the other brothers, or the ones that come in that time, they're going to be part of with that. They're going to take part in that and that glory and that reward as well. But they're going to have to die on this side to get it in the kingdom. But every other nation is going to be on made a footstool, man. And every scriptures say every knee shall bow down to the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. All right. So this dominion is going to thrive forever. This dominion is about to be taken down. Like I said, I quoted Esau has said in his heart that he shall build, but Yahweh Shai said, I'm gonna throw down. Okay. So that was it on there. Go ahead and go to James 5:1. But before that, let me read this. This is in the book of Revelations, chapter 17, verse 9. And here is the mind, Revelation 17:9. And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. And those 7 heads are the 7 nations that ruled by Esau. Okay? You got the Romans, the Greeks, the Spaniards, the British, Germania Minor and Germania Major, and then you got America. Okay? So these are the different nations that are ruled. It says on which the woman sitteth. So all these, and it says verse 10, and there are 7 kings, right? What I just named. 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet to come. And when he cometh, he must come a short space. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, because as the brother was reading, the horn, that's representation of during that time was the Roman Empire. All right, but in his time he was seeing that vision. But if the future prophecy is now, that's talking about America. Okay, because it said and the beast that was and is not, talking about the Roman Empire. Even he is the 8th, because he came back now in this time through the Renaissance period, the rebirth. All right, which when you read about the dragon. That had a wound to its head. All right, when you read about it in the book of Revelations, that was the Roman Empire receiving that deadly blow, and they fell for a period of 1,000 years, and they came back during the Renaissance period. That was the rebirth of the Edomites coming back into their power, and that's what it's talking about. I wanted to bring that out to prove that it linked up right there with Daniel chapter 7. It says, and the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th and is of the 7th, and goeth into perdition. And the word perdition means ruin. So that's what this kingdom is going to go into. It's going to face ruin, destruction. And the 10th horn, and the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. And as the brother was reading, that links up with that, because these are the other nations, NATO. That's how they rule, and they have a power seat with the head, which is Esau. All right. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. You see, that's why America rules everything, and wherever he goes, or wherever America's mentioned, they rule. They do whatever they want. Okay. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings. And they that are with him are called, chosen, and faithful. All right? So they're going to actually try to go to war with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. This modern day Rome, Babylon, Egypt, Sodom. They actually think they're going to fight against what the Lord did to them in the ancient times for destroying their ass. You know? That's why, man, when you go on the internet, man, you see people they're dumb, man. They're full of themselves. Proud, arrogant. They actually think they're somebody. Narcissism is heavy in this time, man. And the Most High hates pride, man. And that's all those old spirits coming back to this time, because they hate the Most High, man. But they don't know that the Most High is about to open up a can of whoop ass on them, man. Go ahead. James 5:1.
James chapter 5, verse 1. Go to now, you rich men, weep and howl for your miseries.
Go to now, you rich men.
Weep and howl.
Weep and howl. Because these rich men, as I was mentioning, they're going to howl and they're going to weep, man. All right? Because they depend on their money, or over there, their stock markets and shit like that. You know, their stocks, what they invest in, their investments. You know, you got Wall Street. Look at Black Wall Street. What happened to them, man? They got their ass destroyed, man, wiped out. And then you got White Wall Street thinking that they're gonna thrive. No, man, they're not gonna thrive, man. They're gonna eventually, that shit's gonna crash. The dollar's gonna crash. They're gonna implement the mark of the beast, the RFID chip. And at that moment, everything's just gonna be complete chaos, man. They're gonna be trying to make you take that chip. If you don't take it, you're assed out. You ain't got no job. You can't eat. Do whatever you usually do. That's where it's gonna be. The hour of temptation is gonna come, man. So a lot of these men, they're gonna be howling and weeping because they ain't got their convenient things to them anymore, man. But going back to these Edomites, these rich men that govern here in the Midland, you know, they thrive off the oil, sucking up the earth's energy. That's what they're gonna be doing, man. They're gonna be crying like females. Go ahead.
Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you.
Yep, that shall come upon you, man. We read about it in Revelations. Read about it in 2nd Sirach 36. Daniel 7. You know?
Right.
Go ahead.
Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are
Moth-eaten.
moth-eaten.
Yep. Your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten, man. I mean, you're a filthy rag, man. You know, yeah, you may look good on the outside appearance. You're all starched up. You got your polo. You know, you got your whatever shoes you fucking rock. You Edomites. I don't like your style. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you look clean on the outside. But it's spiritually, you're butt naked, man. You know, you're right here in Revelations. It says. Revelations 3:17, because thou sayest, I am rich and increased with goods and have need of nothing, and knowest that thou art wretched, miserable, poor, blind, and naked. So that's how you are. You're a pitiful man, man, because you ain't got the spirit or the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You depend on your carnality. You depend on your sword. You depend on your forked tongue. But a man of wisdom sees through all that bullshit. You know? So your riches are corrupt, your dollar bill's done, you know, ain't got no value. We all know it, especially us brothers, us average little Negroes, Spics, Latinos, whatever you want to call us, Beaners. We know what's up with you. We know that it's just a matter of time where all this shit's gonna fall. We're just doing what we got to do right now because we're cursed and subject to payments. So when the time comes, we already know what we got to do. Go ahead.
Your gold and silver is cankered.
That's meaning it's being eaten up. It's lost value. There ain't nothing. Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he's coming back. He ain't gonna require none of that. Nobody's gonna be seeking after that bullshit. Everybody's gonna be trying to live. You're gonna be trying to survive. You're gonna be running for your life. You ain't gonna worry about no gold and silver, fucking rubies and pearls and things of that nature. You're gonna be trying to live, enduring to the end, and then